And welcome back everyone to the Clay Soldier Bell Tournament 2016 Randomized Edition. We have 3 more teams facing 3 more opponents today to fill in the final 3 slots of the quarterfinal rounds. The first team we're going to be seeing is the Cold Champions, and they will be facing Lime Slime. Following that, we will have Black Crush versus the Cyan Warriors, and then we will see... Wait, something's not right here. I got Black Crush on here twice. I think I screwed something up. I did indeed screw something up. I forgot the Redstone Slashers. And they're facing off against the Cyan Warriors while Black Crush faces Brown Flare. Alright, now that I got that all sorted out, let's see where the Cold Champs and Lime Slime will be facing each other. And it's going to be the Porcelain Museum. Finally, some variety. Alright, both teams are now set up. In the left side we have the Cold Champions, and they have a team of grunts in exchange for the shield upgrade. It's going to give them a pretty good melee advantage over any other team. And on the right side we have Lime Slime. They also have grunts, and in exchange they have a sheer blade dagger. Perhaps that'll be enough to overcome the shield's damage resistance, perhaps not. We won't know until we get the battle going in 3, 2, 1, battle begin. Both teams making way across this calm-looking porcelain museum that has swords that shoot up out of the floor to slash at anyone that steps across the plate. Cold Champions have already taken a couple losses early on. Looks like those shields may not be doing as much help as they were hoping. Or perhaps they're just losing lots of grunts to the powerful sheer dagger blades of their opponents. Battle is staying somewhat even. Cold Champions have made a bit of progress in closing the gap between the 2 teams' numbers. Ooh, Cold Champions. They're now down to half the might of the Lime Slime. And the Porcelain Museum's traps are not really tipping the balance towards anyone in particular. Oh, a soldier teams. I don't know where I was going with that, but the Lime Slime are victorious. They have claimed victory over the Cold Champions and their shielded might. So much for shields being the deciding factor in most of these fights, huh? Looks like the arena can still make short work of anyone who relies solely on defense. Or perhaps it was the power of those sheer blade daggers. Let's get moving on to the next team. And so, the Cold Champions hang their heads in defeat as they are banished from the tournament. Until next year, at least. And Lime Slime gets to move on to face Melon Mass in the quarterfinals. Next, we are going to be seeing the Redstone Slashers versus the Cyan Warriors, and they shall do battle in the Foundry. So much for variety. Alright, both teams are already set up. We are having a red versus blue kind of theme in this fight. Over here we have the Cyan Warriors. They have a full team of complete regular soldiers with padded armor. And over on the left side we have the Redstone Slashers, and they of course have their sheer blade dagger in their offhand. And they too have a full team ready to go. So, it's just a question of defense versus offense. And if anything has been learned by me so far, the edge typically goes to the side that's capable of doing the most damage as fast as possible. Let's see if that holds true in 3, 2, 1. Battle begin. Both teams slowly making their way across the arena, some catching fires, others not. Sounds of healing and weapons and armor breaking early on in the fight do not bode well for either team. However, Redstone Slashers are doing the most damage. And the Cyan Warriors are barely managing to keep holding on. The arena may be helping them do enough damage to keep the overall DPS between the teams balanced, but as they wander into fire over and over again, that armor just does not hold up to fire, and the Redstone Slashers have won this round. They get to move on. Cyan Warriors, they're just dead. Alright, so that was a quick and brief fight. We have one more fight to do in the preliminary rounds, and then we will be moving on to the quarterfinals. And there will be a slight rule change that I will explain after we see this next fight. And for the final fight of the preliminary rounds, we have Brown Flare versus Black Crush. Brown Flare, as you might remember, is an assassin type team where they can instantly kill a small number of the enemy team with their blaze powder. That could be all the advantage they need in this coming fight, but it might not be enough to withstand the Black Crush's melee might. They will do battle in the Courtyard Clash. We really need to work on variety. And here we are, Courtyard Clash once again. We have Black Crush, which, like their former opponents, the Pumpkin Pummelers, are wielding bone clubs and have gone with a complete team instead of a team of grunts and an upgrade. And their opponents, the Brown Flares, unlike their opponent, they have a team of grunts and an upgrade in the form of extra healing capabilities thanks to their fishy food diet. They do still have their blaze powder knockout assassin attacks, but only 2 units. That is not a huge amount when facing against a team that has 16 units. So it's a question of, will Black Crush's melee might crush these assassins out of the arena and hence the tournament, or will the extra healing capabilities and the instant kill powder be enough for the Brown Flare to move on? Let's find out in 3, 2, 1. And the final battle of the preliminary rounds is underway. Both teams taking some damage to the arena traps. We haven't seen the knockout powder get used yet. It's actually a little bit difficult to say now whether the knockout powder was used, as there are 2 losses on the Black Crush side, but that could just be due to damage. However, at this point I would say that if the knockout powder hasn't been used, then something has gone horribly wrong. Brown Flare was able to get an advantage there for just a little bit, but it's looking like the healing is not going to be enough. The melee range of the Black Crush bone clubs, just too much damage for a team of assassins to overcome without extra might to back them up when they are out of their knockout powder. And just like that, Brown Flare is no more. So that was the final battle of the preliminary rounds. Let's go over the rule change that I mentioned. Now it's not so much a rule change as it is just expanding the rules a little bit. Let's see, we need to get the sign put down. So, as you know, the grunts have not been able to have very much other than extra unarmed damage and the ability to grant their team an extra upgrade. They don't get any benefits of upgrades themselves. However, we're changing that just a little bit. From now on, all grunts will gain the benefit of a general upgrade that their team already has. They don't get any extra strength in forms of melee damage or extra armor, or the capability of doing range damage. All they get is the general upgrade of their team. This will make the teams a little bit more balanced as we go on. I'm also making it so that all the main guys of the teams will get a red wooden button as well, so that when their weapon breaks in combat, they're not left completely useless, having to rely on the melee capabilities of the grunts, who consequently, due to their buttons, were capable of dealing more damage than the main guys who lose their weapons. This should make things flow a little bit better, as we have 8 battles left. Well, not even 8 battles. We have 6 battles left to go before the finals. So, hope you guys are enjoying the tournament. In the next episode, we will be doing the quarterfinals. I don't know if we'll do all of them at once or if we will be breaking them up, but it should be an exciting time nonetheless. So if you want to see that, make sure you're subscribed so you get notified when the video comes out. And I will see you in the next video after I get all the upgrade stuff distributed to the teams. Take care and goodbye.